Hello guys, today we are going to see X part 2 which deals with the weight and balance control of aircraft. In this session you will see how aircraft weightment is done, why we do weight in aircraft, what is the time frame in which we weight in aircraft, what are the terms associated with weighting of aircraft such as center of gravity, limits of center of gravity, the maximum takeoff weight, empty weight, all these terms will be discussed. Then what is the problems associated with overloading an aircraft? That itself is the reason why we are conducting weighting on an aircraft after a particular duration of time. Then who will conduct this process? Then who will prepare a weight schedule at the end of weighting this aircraft? How weighting is done? Then to whom do you submit this report? Then who will approve it? Then for the calculation of this weight schedule, uh, what is the standard weight of crew, passengers as well as infants and children that is being taken? Then at the end who will approve this weight schedule? Then where will you keep this weight schedule in a aircraft? Then all these things will be discussed in this session. So let's go ahead. First, so rule number 58 of aircraft rules says that every aircraft shall be weight and its center of gravity determined. So this rule is important. This may come in your exam. Just note down the rule. Now you can see a picture here. It's actually the weighting process of an aircraft. You can see some large cells and uh, above which you can see the tires of the aircraft, the wheels. So the wheels are kept above this scale, and the scale will be connected to the computer. So in computer you will get a reading. What is the weight? Uh, there's a computation you have to do. At the end you will get the total weight of the aircraft. This is how you do weighting. You cannot weight any aircraft having 70, 73 tons. You cannot just weight by any other means. Only this is the way we do the weighment. Next, let's see some disadvantages or problems with overloading. When you operate an aircraft for a long duration of time, a lot of its weight actually increases. There will be sediments, there will be dirt associated that is being accumulated inside the aircraft, or you have added some extra fittings to the aircraft, you have done modifications to the aircraft, you have done maintenance on the aircraft. So some things will be maybe uh, getting stuck on the parts of the or the structures of the aircraft. So all this will add due to the aircraft. So you have to determine whether my weight is exceeding, because if your weight is higher than the expected weight, then there are some problems. You can see one by one. If your weight is more, then you have to speed aircraft at a higher speed to take off. It means you will take off, run will get longer. Number two, your rate of an angle of climb will be reduced. Earlier aircraft was climbing at a faster rate. When your weight is more, your rate of climb and angle of climb will slowly decrease. Then your service ceiling will be lower. Service ceiling is the maximum height that you can reach will be lowered. Your aircraft will not reach as high as it used to be in the earlier stage. Then your cruising speed will be reduced. Cruising speed, the speed at which we cruise the aircraft. It is similar to whenever you are running on motorcycle. When you are just riding a single passenger means you can actually ride at a good speed. But if you are taking another pillion passenger, then you know that the speed will reduce. The same case applies here. When the weight increases, your cruising speed decreases. Then your cruising range, the maximum uh, distance that you can travel, will also get reduced, because you are carrying more weight. In order to move more weight, you have to spend more fuel. That's the reason. Then your controllability and maneuverability of the aircraft will get reduced. And while landing the aircraft, your landing roll will become longer. That's also another disadvantage. Then if your weight is too much, then there will be a lot of unnecessary excessive loads being imposed on the structure of the aircraft. That is actually very uh, bad for the aircraft structure. uh, Sometimes it can cause a lot of problems like breaking of structural parts, stress, too much of stresses that can actually aggravate fatigue condition. So all this should be taken care. These are the reasons why we are avoiding overloading of aircraft by making the aircraft and determining its weight in a particular time interval. Now let's see some definitions that comes most often with weighting of aircraft. First and most important one is empty weight. It is the weight of an aircraft without including any passengers, baggage or fuel. This is the definition of empty weight. It means if you empty passengers, baggage and fuel, what is the remaining weight of the aircraft? That weight is the empty weight. Uh, and a manufacturer will calculate this empty weight whenever he manufactures an aircraft. So it will be given in your major COFA and as well as in flight manual. This weight will be included. Okay, for DGCA purpose point of view, the definition given in DGCA CR expert 2 is this. Empty weight means the measured or computed weight of an aircraft, excluding the weight of all removable equipment and other items of disposable load, but including the weight of all items of fixed operating equipment or other equipment which are mandatory for all operations like fixed ballast, engine coolant, hydraulic fluid, and fuel and oil quantities was trapped and unusable in the aircraft and engine system. It means nothing but empty weight includes uh, the things that are fixed and removable things that are necessary for flying aircraft, including both trapped and unusable hydraulic fluid, engine coolant, and fuel and oil quantities. It means in your engine system and hydraulic system, there will be some hydraulic fluid, even though you empty the tank, hydraulic tank or fuel tank, there will be some fuel that is left trapped inside the pipes or hoses. This you cannot. Some are considered unusable, some are trapped. Both will not be. Both will be included in the empty weight because that is unusable. It is okay. It will be there. That concept. So that is empty weight. Now let's see what is limits of center of gravity. You know that center of gravity is the point at which you can assume like all your weight is concentrated. So if you hang a scale in the center position, you know that it will not uh, it will be stationary. So that point you can see the all the weight is concentrated. You can hang. Similarly, aircraft also can be hanged in air. That point is called center of gravity. In this center of gravity, there should be a range, forward limit and aft limit. In this range only your CG should come. If it goes beyond these extremes, this aircraft will become uncontrollable and a lot of maneuverability problems will arise. So we'll always make sure that CG is within this limit, and that's called the limits of center of gravity. It means the most forward and most rearward center of gravity portion within which an aircraft may be operated safely. So if the CG goes beyond this limit, your aircraft is in unsafe condition. Remember that. And where do you get these limits of center of gravity? It will be written in your certificate of airworthiness as well as in the flight manual. You can check what is the aft limit, what is the forward limit. So pilots will always make sure that before takeoff your CG limit is in this range and it is not exceeded. Okay. Next, maximum takeoff weight. It's the maximum weight according to certificate of airworthiness or flight manual at which an aircraft is permitted to take off. This is maximum takeoff weight. The maximum takeoff the maximum weight an aircraft can have while it goes for takeoff. And there is some other term called maximum landing weight. So it is the maximum amount of weight aircraft by which an aircraft can land. This is always lesser than maximum takeoff weight. Takeoff is easy. It does not have any means. It does not create much structural damage. It's very smooth. The landing is not touching ground after takeoff. But landing is like jumping to the ground. So when landing gear touches ground, lot of stresses. The whole weight of the aircraft is coming on, is being carried on the landing gear. The landing gear should be that much strong. So aircraft structure should be that much strong. All the vibration, shocks when you touch the ground should be absorbed. And your aircraft structure is not designed in such a way that it can actually land an aircraft same maximum takeoff weight. The landing weight should be lesser than that, else there will be lot of stresses and aircraft can even disintegrate if you are landing with maximum takeoff weight. The weight should be around maximum landing weight. Maximum landing weight is less than maximum takeoff weight. And for an example, just consider Airbus 320. Its maximum takeoff weight is, see here on the right side, 73.5 tons. Okay, but its maximum landing weight is just 64.5. Around 10-ton difference is there. Around 10 tons difference is there. So 10 ton uh, less weight only this aircraft can land with. Okay, so understand that much difference is there. So sometimes aircraft will take off and due to some emergency it has to land. That time you have to either burn fuel, go for a go around an airport, burn fuel, reduce the weight to that maximum landing weight. Then only you should attempt landing. Earlier there were fuel dumping system due to environmental problems. We are not promoting that fuel dumping system because the fuel dumped into the environment will actually pollute the environment. It is dangerous for animals and nature and as for humans. So we will not promote that. Usually these days aircraft are not coming with the fuel jettisoning or dumping system. Okay, let's go to these are the few terms that you should be familiar while dealing with aircraft weighting. Now, when is an aircraft initially weighted? Every aircraft shall be weighted before the issue of COFA. In case of new aircraft is imported from outside country, the weight schedule issued by the manufacturer or the previous operator's weight schedule based on manufacturer certified weight and balance documents will be accepted by acceptable to DGCA. And anytime DGCA officials can come and ask for a reweighment of aircraft. They have the authority and power to ask for so. Next, now for weighting purpose, if your aircraft is weight maximum type of weight is less than 2000 kg, then you don't need to conduct a routine reweighing of aircraft. Unless you do some major repair or major alteration, or you have changed the interior arrangement of pilot, passenger or cargo compartments which can affect the already determined weight and balance data, and that change cannot be theoretically calculated, then you have to do a weighting. Else you are not in a normal operation you are not supposed to reweight an aircraft if it is less than 2000 kg of weight, maximum takeoff weight. Okay, that's one condition. What if your aircraft is maximum takeoff weight is greater than 2000? Then every 5 years you have to reweight an aircraft. Okay, that is the normal condition. But before this 5-year period, if you have done any major repair, major alteration, or there has been any major change in the interior arrangement of pilot, passenger, cargo compartment, which will affect the already determined weight and balance data, and that data cannot be calculated theoretically, then you have to go for a reweighment earlier than this 5-year period. Okay, and sometimes you are running an airline and it's a busy schedule. You're not getting enough time and instruments or persons to conduct weighting of aircraft in the duration. Then you can actually due to operation exigencies, you can actually extend up to 3 months. You can extend that, but you have to get approval by regional airworthiness office. For 3 months you can get from regional airworthiness office. Still you need more than 3 months of time to do the weighing. Then you should get approval from director of airworthiness. He will contact headquarters, and if everything goes fine, they will agree to that. You can delay your weighing by more than 3 months. Okay. Now, who will now you can actually conduct weighing. I said how weighing is done. Like the weighing scale, you will move the wheels in front to the weighing scales, and it will be connected to computer. Computer will be print out that you can do a calculation and you can calculate the weight. And this at the end of evening, you should prepare a weight schedule. It's a paper, a document which should include at least minimum some documents like the registration of the aircraft, what is the weight, what is the empty weight, everything will be written there. So, who will prepare that document? Actually, it can be prepared by a person who is approved by DG for that purpose, or it can be done by any person specifically approved by the quality management organization approved under CR 145. Means maintenance organization. In any maintenance organization, there will be one person who is appointed and approved by the quality manager by giving him authorization and approval and enough training to do so. Or it can be also conducted by category B license AME, and he should have an approval to conduct weighing as per CR66 license. Now we'll see what is the minimum information that should be there in a weight schedule. First, it should have the type of aircraft. Then, what is the registration marking? Serial number of the aircraft should be there. Third, empty weight including weight of unusable quantity of fuel and oil. Yeah, unusable means the oil and fuel that is trapped and this cannot be used. That including that empty weight should be mentioned. Number 4, item-wise weight and details of removable equipments including wireless equipment. Items that can be removed, each item, its weight should be added. Then maximum fuel capacity in liters and kg should be there. Maximum oil capacity in liters and kg should be there. 7, maximum commercial weight with fuel and oil tanks full. Means your oil tank is full, fuel tank is full. Then how many passengers, what is the commercial weight that you can carry. Okay, then 8th one, maximum takeoff weight as per your COFA or flight manual. And 9th one, empty weight center of gravity. On the aircraft, you remove all the passengers, all the fuel, all the baggage. Then if you weigh the aircraft and if you calculate center of gravity, where is the center of gravity located? Then center of gravity, range and datum. Datum is actually a imaginary vertical line from which you will take distances for the purpose of specifying parts. Suppose your tail portion or empennage is there. In this case, in this picture, you can see that we have kept the datum at the leading edge of the wing. Okay, this is for reference. This is actually for reference. Then we'll say that my empennage is located at, say, for example, 20 or 30 inches from there. So it specifies, and then we can say that my antenna is located at 5 inches from datum. So you can measure, and as a reference, datum is used for measuring the distance. This datum can be anywhere. It can be at the propeller position, can be at the firewall position, can be anywhere. The distance measured to the right of datum is actually positive, and the distance measured to the left of datum is will be negative. This distance will be used for calculating moments and all, for balancing power. Just remember that much is enough for CA exam. Then 11 maximum number of passengers allowed will be tender. Then 12 signature of the appropriate license AME or approved person doing this or preparing this document will be there, and the date at which you are conducted the payment should also be mentioned. Before you conduct weighing, actually you will intimate to regional or sub-regional office that you are going to weigh an aircraft. This weighting data is very important. If it goes wrong, and a lot of implications. That's why you will inform it prior to conducting it. Now, the weighing should be conducted in the supervision of a quality manager or his representative, and he will be responsible for following the documented procedure of weighment. And once you conduct the weighing, a weighing schedule should be prepared. We have seen already what is the contents of that document, and this document should be submitted to the regional or sub-regional office along with computational details and weighment printout if available. And after scrutinizing the weight schedule, this weight schedule will be approved by the regional of aeronautics office. Just remember who will approve this document. Then after weighing, where will you keep this a copy of this? A copy of approved weight schedule must be displayed at a suitable and prominent place, and if it is carried on board, it should be easily accessible to the crew as well as the authorized persons. All persons concerned directly with the loading of aircraft shall be duly informed of the various weight figures for exercising proper weight and balance control of aircraft, and a copy of weight schedule must be retained along with other documents of the aircraft or in the aircraft logbook till it is replaced by a fresh weight schedule. So every person who is conducting work related to aircraft load and trim sheet and all, they should be informed and they should have access to this weight schedule, and it should be kept in a prominent place in the aircraft where a crew or authorized person can access it, and a copy should be kept in your aircraft logbook or any other document which you carry normally in the flight till you replace that document with a new weight schedule. And during each flight, pilot is actually responsible for making sure that your loading is perfect and it is within CG range, and all loads are tied and it is secured. It will not move during flight, so it is the responsibility of pilot and command. Sometimes in organizations like any airlines, there is a person who is doing load and trim sheet calculation. He will calculate it. He'll give to the pilot in command. He will accept it and agree by making his signature. Then he can take off the aircraft. The distribution of the load shall be such that the CG portion will remain within the specified limits at the time of takeoff, during the cruise flight, and at the time of landing. This should be ensured. Uh, the same thing I said earlier, in the case of scheduled operator, the responsible for loading, lashing, and computing lashing means tying, securing, computing CG position for takeoff and landing phase of flight as stated in the previous paragraph may be delegated to a person nominated by the operator who is specifically trained and authorized for the purpose. However, central crafty person created by the nominated pilot shall be signed and dated by him. Same shall be submitted to pilot in command of the aircraft for the scrutiny and acceptance. Acceptance is denoted by the pilot by fixing the data signature. So this actually is the responsible pilot in command. He can actually delegate it to some person in the airlines, and he will do it, and pilot can accept by placing his signature. That's all. Now, most important thing that is mostly used in exams. There's a standard weight that we assign for crew, passengers, for childs and infants, children and infants. So, what is that weight? Let's see. If it's for the purpose of weight schedule, these are the standard weights. For crew, it's 85 kg. For adult passenger, irrespective of both male or female, it is 75 kg. For child, that means between 2 years and 12 years old, the weight is 35 kg. If it's an infant, less than means a person less than 2 years of age, then the weight considered is 10 kg. Okay, is the standard figure. This can be asked in your DGCA exam. Just remember, for crew 85, adult passenger 75, child 35, infant 10 kg. Okay. And if you are having an aircraft less than 2000 kg MTOW, then you can actually only few passengers are carried. Then you can actually take, if you can accurately calculate the actual weight, just with if you use that weight data, you can calculate the weight. Make sure that when you are loading the aircraft or with cargo, it should be secure. And if you are placing cargo in the passenger cabin during a mixed version passenger flight, then the load must be placed ahead of the passengers in the cabin, and the load must not block the emergency exit at all circumstances. This is something to be taken care of. The load should be tied and it should be kept in the front portion if you are also carrying load and passengers on the same uh, place. An emergency exit should not be blocked by this cargo. So this is all about it's part 2. I guess you might have understood everything. It's very pretty simple. Um, just go through my video once again. If you have any doubts, please comment on the uh, video. I'll reply back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. We will continue the series. We will upload more videos on different series. Please keep watching. Thank you.